Hi guys, thanks for tuning in today. I have a video for you that's not really a makeup video. Well, it's not a makeup video at all, actually. I recently went to the horror slash paranormal convention called Scarefest in Lexington, Kentucky. My husband and I went there on our way home from our vacation at Pigeon Forge. It was going on the same day that we were coming home, which was a Sunday, and we had to drive through Lexington anyways. So we decided to stop at it. It's one of the larger conventions that are in that area, and we wanted to go last year and we were unable to attend. So this year, since we were driving right through the city on the day that it was happening, we couldn't pass it up, you know. So we went to it. It was a big convention of some different movie stars. They had like Corey Feldman and Sean Astin and Carrie Elwes were there. And then they also had like ghost hunting people from the Sci-Fi Channel, like the Ghost Hunter show. They had Grant that used to be in Taps. They had like that Dustin and Steve, Dave Tango, Amy Bruni. Chip Coffey was there if you are into those psychics or anything like that. Also the lady from the Dead Files, Amy, I can't think of her last name right now. It's escaping me, her last name is. But anyways, so we stopped by there and I bought some things and I got to meet a couple people, and I just thought I'd let you guys know a little bit about it. We got in there and we had a poster, my husband and I did, from the movie House of a Thousand Corpses. It's a Rob Zombie movie, and we had it signed by a lot of the different actors that are in the movie. Well, we're missing Bill Moseley's signature. So he was at the convention, so we got his signature on the poster. And then the guy that plays Mr. Boogie from the movie Sinister, I had Ethan Hawke in it. I don't know if you remember that movie. It's a really creepy movie. And anyways, there was a bad guy slash demon killer guy in there named Bagul and Mr. Boogie. So we got to meet him. His name was Nick King. He's a really young guy, only like 25 years old, I think, and got our picture taken with him, and he signed a poster for us. And then I met Chip Coffey and I got my picture taken with him, and I really enjoy Chip Coffey. I'm not really into psychics. I don't believe in psychics too much. I'm very skeptical when it comes to psychics, but I enjoy watching him on TV. I get a kick out of him. He's like really dramatic, and I always watched him when he was on Paranormal State and different shows on A&E Network and stuff like that, and I'm on his Facebook page, so I was really excited to get to meet him. I got an itch. And I'm gonna upload that picture when I met him to my Facebook page. I just haven't had time yet. So that was really neat. And then I bought a few things, and we weren't really too interested in meeting Corey Feldman or Sean Astin or Carrie Elwes. For one thing, their autographs and to meet them was very expensive. Like it was like $120, I think, to get something signed and get a photo taken with them. And if you're one of their big fans, then I think then it would be totally worth it to you. Personally, to me, not worth it at all. Just not a big deal. Carrie Elwes from Princess Bride, very cool. I like the whole As You Wish thing, but Corey Feldman, he looked terrible to me. We could see him there, and he looked like he had makeup on, and he looked awful. And then Sean Astin, of course, he was in all those Hobbit movies and everything, so he's doing really well. And then he was just in The Strain on FX. So, that's really cool, but it was quite expensive for them, and we were not really interested in any of their stuff anyways. So we got the autographs and met the people that we wanted to, and then we decided to hit the vendors. And I picked up a few things that I thought I would show you guys, and this is so funny. Only me, I'm telling you. So I just have to show you guys. I bought this shirt so much. As soon as I saw this shirt, I immediately thought of the Kat Von D Esperanza palette. So here's the Kat Von D Esperanza palette, which I already had. It was limited edition in spring last year from Sephora, right? It's got the Day of the Dead design on it. Okay, so here's that. So let me put that away. So here's the t-shirt that I picked up. That is, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, look at that, you guys. Doesn't that totally remind you of the Esperanza palette? I was telling my husband, I have to have this t-shirt because it so reminds me of that palette. Plus I just love the design anyways. I love all the Day of the Dead's stuff. I think it's really cool. And if you can't tell because of the lighting, the shirt's purple and the Day of the Dead design is in a coral color. So really fun. I was really, I'm itching, really excited to have that. So, and then I picked up another shirt. Sometimes I buy like a ton of shirts with these things. This time I only found two. So there was one I wanted from The Shining, and it was two-sided. The one on the front had the two little twin girls, and they were like, "Come play with us, Danny," that thing. And then on the back, it was the thing with Jack Nicholson saying, "I'm not gonna hurt you, Wendy. I'm just gonna bash your bleeping brains in." Only it didn't have a bleep, and it spelled out the F word. And I personally am not really big on cussing, and I don't like it when people wear things that have a lot of cussing on them. For me personally, that's just not something that I want. So my husband's like, well, why don't you buy it? And he goes, I'll just mark it out, you know, with a black Sharpie or something. And I thought about it, but then I was like, you know, maybe someday I'll find one that isn't like that. So that's just me. I'm not trying to be a goody-goody or anything. That's just me. So the other t-shirt I got is, if you have seen the movie Trick or Treat with Anna Paquin in it, I love I love that movie. It's one of my favorite Halloween movies. I got a t-shirt with Sam on it. So he's the little guy from Trick or Treat. He's the spirit of Halloween. If you haven't seen the movie before, what this guy does is he kind of goes around and checks to make sure that everybody is keeping their spirit of Halloween alive, and if they're not, they get it. So there, you know, you don't want to be the first one on your block to turn your lights off or take down your decorations on Halloween, because he's gonna pay you a visit and you're not gonna like it, you know. So I was excited to have that. Then there was a lot of people selling books because it was a paranormal convention and horror. There's always like a lot of like authors that are trying to get started and make their mark, and they're self-published, so they bring their books and they promote them and stuff like that. And I always check those out because I love reading, and you know, everybody's got to start somewhere, you know. So I picked up two books. This one is called Detroit Macabre, and I was really excited because here we are at this Kentucky convention, and I find this, you know, and so it was $10, and it's a 13 original horror stories by Joseph Williams. He's the author, and it's all local to Detroit. So it says from Cobo Hall to the Cass Corridor, which if you're local, you would know, you know, where that is and everything. So I'm just really excited to read this. And if you've watched my Project Bookshelf video, I did one for August, and then I have one coming up that's going to combine September and October together because I got behind on it. So this is going to be I'm going to read this for October, so that'll be in there. And then I got another book. This one I'm going to probably share with my husband. It's just a zombie apocalypse book. It's called United States of the Dead, Civil War, Zombies, and the End of America. And the author on that is Kenneth Kane. And this one was $10 also. I think they were 2 for $20 at that particular vendor. So, and that's fiction. Or is it? And then I got some stuff to add to my Bride of Frankenstein collection. I love, love, love the Bride of Frankenstein. She's like, I collect Wonder Woman and I collect the Bride stuff, and I love my Bride collection. I just love it. So I picked up some stuff with her on it. First thing I got was this bracelet, and it is kind of done like Andy Warhol style, and it's just different, I don't know if it's going to focus or not. There we go. Different, you know, designs of the Bride of Frankenstein with different colors and stuff like that in it. Very fun. And then I got some earrings. They are bottle cap earrings, but they have her, Elsa Lanchester, in profile view, looking glamorous and deadly. Love it. And I got a cameo necklace to match that with the profile view. Particularly stunning she is in that. And then I also, this is kind of funny, I could have made one of these myself, but I couldn't resist it. It's a Christmas tree ornament with her on it, and it's double-sided so that even if it turns, you know, you can see her from both angles. So I got a couple other things. I got I did get, I don't know if I mentioned it before, I got an autograph from Chip Coffee. And then I also got these two prints. The artist that created them was there. He was signing prints. He also had the originals for sale, but they were quite expensive. And I bought 2 prints, and they are too big. I can't show you guys. They're 11 by 17, and one is Frankenstein and the other's the bride, and I'm going to frame them and put them side by side. But they're a little bit different. I mean, they look like the traditional image of Frankenstein, like the universal monster image. However, they are done with really nice colors like lime green and teal and like magenta. They're very, very colorful and bright, and I really, really, really dug them. I was like, these are awesome. So I got those, and then I'm hoping to put them up in my filming room when it gets done and have them in my background, because I loved it. I just love it. And my husband picked up the Wolfman from him too. Like, I was really into like the Universal monsters. So yeah, and that was my experience at Scarefest. It was pretty fun. My husband and I really did go into those kind of things. Our first date was a horror movie convention we went to in Ohio. We've been to quite a few of them. We're going to one next month, actually, in Pennsylvania, called Monster Bash, and that one is more of a classic horror movie convention, and I'm really looking forward to that, because we really like the Hammer horror movies, which if you're a horror fan, you'll probably obviously know, but these are like the older horror movies put out by the Hammer Film Studio in England. I have a book that I got last year for Christmas, and it's called Hammer Glamour, and it's all the women of the Hammer horror movies, and they're in various pictorials, and there are 4 women from the Hammer movies that are going to be at this convention. So I'm going to take my book and hopefully get all 4 of them to autograph their picture, their pictorial in the book. I'm really excited about that. So yeah, I don't know, just thought I'd show you guys something different, a little slice of life for me. There's more to me than just makeup, and beauty stuff. I really have this other thing too, these other interests that I really pursue and collect and stuff like that. So, and I have this, if you guys are interested, let me know and I will show it to you. I have our wedding cake topper was The Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein Dancing, and it is a beautiful piece. It is absolutely beautiful. It's not something that we just went into like Michael's or Hobby Lobby and got these Halloween figures. So this is a custom made piece of art. It's Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein. He's in a tuxedo and tails, and she's in her wedding gown that is extremely elegant, and they are dancing in front of these black window panes, and there's cobwebs around, and he's like dipping her down, and her dress is like all out, and they're just beautiful. We like I said, it was our wedding cake topper, and people were complimenting us on it all night. They just loved it. It was such a hit, and I just love it. It holds my heart. It's obviously because it was my wedding, but too because it's beautiful. So if you're interested in seeing that, if you like Bride of Frankenstein, I'd be happy to show that off to you guys because I love it so much. So thanks for taking the time to watch. I know it wasn't a makeup video or anything like that, so I'm sure it probably won't get as many views, but leave a comment or question below if you guys are into this stuff. We can have some discussions, All right, guys, thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.